Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. It is Tuesday, March 18th, and I'm going to jump right into it. So for one, I want to start with something that came up in my timeline as a memory today, which is March 18th, 2018 was the day I created the It's Pittsfield Tonight page, Facebook page. So I started it, I think, in late 2016, but 2018 was when I officially opened up the Facebook page and called it It's Pittsfield Tonight and went from there. So today is the 7-year anniversary of this page. We are currently at 10,100 followers, which is absolutely amazing to me that the page has grown to those levels. So thank you to all of you who support and follow the page. And yeah, it's exciting. This is going to be a big year. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to start with a video I put up yesterday with Desheen Moore, and it was discussing this year's Beat the Streets tournament. This is the 5th year that Dosh has put together the Beat the Streets Summer League, which runs from June through August. It's a summer basketball league, which last year it grew to 220 plus kids that attended. It's all ages, different age brackets, but I believe it starts 3rd grade students and up. And this year he's expecting over 300. So many of you that did see that, we had scheduled a trash pickup for Saturday, March 29th meeting at Dorothy Amos Park, and picking up trash to get the park ready for this year's event. We were contacted, or Dosh was contacted, Desheen was contacted by the city. Who was he? Catherine Van Bramer? No, Jen Van Bramer. She is the new parks and events coordinator or something like that. It's a new position. Who's Catherine Van Bramer is the mayor's assistant, or one of the mayor's assistants, I believe. And this is Jennifer Van Bramer. But she's the new events coordinator for our parks, I guess, and sent him a message saying that we needed to get a permit to do that. And I did label it, as many of you know, a trash pickup and fundraiser, because I asked for people to give anything they could, $5, $10, $20, $1 million, I think I said, but whatever you could to help out. And this year he has over 300 kids that he'll be getting jerseys and uniforms for to do this. So, and there's a lot that goes into putting on this event. He's added movie night this year. And of course, Desheen gets a permit from June through August for the actual tournament or basketball league itself. But he was informed that we needed to get a permit to do the trash pickup, and it needed to be done by today, the 18th, because the Parks Commission meets today, and this would be the last time they'd meet before the scheduled 29th trash pickup, and we're not going to be able to do that. So that was something we didn't know, and I think it's a new position that was created, because when we did the trash pickups before, it was never an issue, and some of you attended that. So we did Tucker Park. We did a few parks last time, and this time we were going to do Dorothy Amos Park and Tucker Park. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that. So I am going to schedule another video with Desheen. We'll get that done soon. And for those of you, there was quite a few of you that messaged me that said you wouldn't be able to attend and you wanted to know how you could make a donation. Well, I'm going to include that in the video with Desheen, and that way if you want to send a check, if you want to do it through PayPal, if you want to Venmo, there's a variety of different ways you'd be able to help. And like I said, every little bit counts. If it's $5, $10, whatever you can give. Beat the Streets is a nonprofit. It's a 501c3, so it is a tax-deductible donation, and it's support that is much needed. The program has grown so much that it's become so much more than a summer basketball league. It really has. And Desheen has a vision, him and all the volunteers that help him with this, to grow this into something so much bigger. And so anyways, I'm going to reschedule another video with him. We just were not aware that these changes have been made, or maybe they were there and they just weren't enforced, but we're just not going to have time to get a permit to do the trash pickup. And it could be because I used the word fundraiser. So I don't want any drama with this. I have a good relationship, at least I believe I do, with Mayor Marchetti. And I want to keep it that way. So unfortunately, we're going to have to pass on the trash pickup this year. But I will get that video up as soon as possible. It's just a small little bump in the road. Speaking of bumps in the road, Holmes Road. So I put up another video where because I get so many messages on that speed hump, I call it a jump, on Holmes Road, that I went and I filmed from the side of it with cars going over it. And 99% of you, I think, agree with what I was saying, that this is not the signage alerting drivers of it. The hump itself is not visible. And I was watching cars bottom out, catch some air off that thing. It's a strange design that a lot of people are unhappy with. That being said, I get wanting to reduce the speed of vehicles. I think that's really important. There's been accidents there. I think a young child was injured, hit by a car there. So I don't think anyone is against slowing traffic on that road. And if you don't know the location, it's Holmes Road by the school as you're approaching the fire station heading towards Elm Street. So anyway, I filmed it. It has, I don't know, 22,000 views in a day. So it's a hot topic. And I did see, if you watch that video, you can see cars bottoming out. It's not good. Now, there's a couple things with that design that I don't understand. So if the premise behind it is to slow traffic down to get to the crosswalk where people and students are crossing, why is the crosswalk itself the hump? You're not slowing traffic down. I mean, I don't understand that. Wouldn't it make more sense to have speed bumps prior to getting to that, so they slow down approaching the crosswalk, not the crosswalk itself being the jump or hump? Two, there's the signage on it is horrible. There's little to no signage there. And the speed limit they have on there says 25 miles per hour. If you're lucky enough to see that sign, it's not easy to see. And I don't know if there's one on the side if you're coming from Elm heading up towards Williams Street, or if it's just the one on the side if you're heading through the intersection with Williams down to Elm Street. That's the only one I saw. If you hit that hump at 25 miles an hour, depending on what you're driving, it's still way too fast for that. You're going to go airborne. Or at least potentially bottom out your vehicle and do damage to it. I think if you're going to leave it like that, at that grade of a hump, then the hump itself, the sidewalk or the crosswalk, needs to be painted a bright color, a bright orange or yellow, that signifies that it's there, and you need better signage. I don't believe the majority of those people going over it knew it was there. And it's been there a long time. I held off on doing these videos. It's been there a while. And just watch that video if you haven't seen it. I'll put it in the links to this, or it's just scroll down. It'll be right below this. A couple posts below this. So that is a big topic. And I don't think anybody is against slowing traffic down there. But that design is insane to me. I don't really understand it. It's launching vehicles into the air, and that seems really, potentially really dangerous. I had quite a few people message me that it did a lot of damage to their vehicle, that they hit it at night. And the concern that first went through my head is, so somebody's on a motorcycle coming through here. They're not from the area, because Holmes Road gets a lot of traffic in the summer from people visiting Herman Melville's place, heading to maybe Tanglewood. That street gets a lot of tourist traffic. You hit that on a motorcycle at night and it's a wet road, there's a really good chance you're going to go down. Because I watched what it was doing with cars. I dreaded the fact of a motorcycle coming through there and not seeing it. I didn't want to see that, because I imagine they're going to catch air also. So that's that. That's how I feel about it. Again, like everybody else, I'm not against. Why would I be against slowing traffic down? I think that's a good thing. I think a lot of people are driving like maniacs in the city, big time. I think the speed bumps that were put on Tyler Street are very effective. It doesn't seem to be a problem for vehicles that I've seen, and it's effective. It's doing what they're supposed to do. The ones on Oak Hill and Partridge, I didn't see a problem with those either, because speeding was a big issue on those roads. But this one, it's not slowing anybody down. They don't know it's there. There's horrible signage for it, horrible. And watch the video. That's all I can say. So that, I think, is going to need to be addressed. And it can be something that could be addressed, I would think, relatively quickly. And what about the west side? What about West Street itself, where we've had fatal accidents in that area? There's nothing there. There's a couple signs they put up. I think they painted the crosswalk, and since they did that, after the winters with the salt and calcium chloride or whatever it is they use on the roads, that you can't even see that anymore. There's signs there, but again, there's signs everywhere, and it doesn't really grab your attention. Something like that needs the flashing yellow lights. But I think that street, there's so much foot traffic, and for some reason that part of the city, it keeps being ignored. Nobody wants to see another tragedy. Nobody wants to see another person hit and killed or injured or any of that on any of our streets. So I think there is a lot of work to be done as far as that goes. But the Holmes Road one is a jump. It's like a ski jump. It launches vehicles into the air, and I don't believe those people going over it like that want to do that. They don't want to damage their car. They just don't know it's there. So that's that on that. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up. I've got some promos that I'm going to be putting out for the Rotary Club's big auction, which takes place April 5th, and that's a really important one. The Rotary Club of Pittsfield does a lot of great work, helping a lot of different things in the community that is much needed. A lot of education scholarships, donations to nonprofits, donations to things with fighting child cancer, all sorts of different things that are really important. The auction that they do once a year is their big annual fundraiser that's really important to continue these programs. So I'm going to be putting a few more promotions out on that. I will finally, soon this week, or towards the weekend, maybe sooner, the video I did with the 5th grade field trip from St. Mary's School in Lee that went to Pittsfield Rye Bakery. That was a lot of fun. I've just had some other stuff that I want to get out in between. I do a lot of stuff with Pittsfield Rye, but that will be coming up, and that will be a lot of fun. That was cool seeing the kids interact in that environment. I remember how much I loved field trips as a kid. They're so informative, and field trips were just everything if it was something really cool like that. So the conclusion of that's really neat. The kids were given some dough that they were able to bring back and bake, and they sent a nice picture in of their bread that they made, and I thought that was awesome. So I'll be finishing that up and putting that out this week. I know I said that last week, but there was some other stuff in between I really wanted to get out. So that is it for now. If I'm missing something, I guess I'll just do another video tomorrow or the day after. So again, happy anniversary to It's Pittsfield Tonight. I think that's cool. Again, today is the 7-year anniversary for the page. 10,100 people. It's tremendous. So again, a huge thank you to all of you. But take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll catch y'all in the next day or two.